Hey everyone, Harrison Ring here, and I decided to do a little bit of something. Since I know it seems a little early, but as I decided to do it 2 months early, I decided to do top 5 most anticipations of summer 2019. And just earlier today, I did pick up Bohemian Rhapsody. We are the champions of the world. I love the movie. I mean, maybe it'll win Best Picture, but I don't know. Hang on a minute. So I decided to do top 5 most anticipations of summer 2019. And these movies are getting a little too exciting. Ones that get really popular, like ones could be action, horror, comedy, animation, drama, romance, out of everything. So I got some few honorable mentions, and let me show them to you. Rocketman, the story of Elton John. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. The Secret Life of Pets 2. X-Men Dark Phoenix. Tolkien, a Lord of the Rings movie. And the New Mutants. And so those are our top 5, those are our honorable mentions. So yet now we get to our top 5 anticipated movies of summer 2019. So, number 5. Hobbs and Shaw, a Fast and Furious spinoff. That's how I would like to call it. Not Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw, a Fast and Furious spinoff. That's number 5. Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw is another Fast and Furious movie, but it's a Fast and Furious spinoff, but the action looks intense. Story's like, alright, but I had this one on number 5 because it really doesn't look like Fast and Furious, because it gets all a little bit like Mission Impossible ripoff, but I do like Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham. I own every single Fast and Furious movie, but I'm at least on the fence for that one. Like, maybe this is not good, or maybe it's a disappointment, or this is a anticipation for another Fast and Furious movie that would be good for, like, a superhero with a guy having super strength. It seems a little, but it's decent. I like it. It was alright for number 5, and I had that on anticipation for movies I do want to see in theater, so I'll have Hobbs and Shaw for number 5. Alright, our 4th anticipation is Toy Story 4, number 4. Toy Story 4 is another anticipation for our 4th one. Toy Story 4 is like more of the best trilogy ever. Like, you might get to press out of 3. You get to see the characters. Bo Peep's coming back. The story looks great. Everything looks good in there, and have the best lines. To Infinity and Beyond. All that stuff, that'll get you all excited for Toy Story 4, which we get like a 9-year later sequel. After 2010, Toy Story 3 came out. So, Toy Story 4 is another anticipation with new characters, new story, every single one coming back together. And this is the story about how Bo Peep disappeared when she was only in a little bit of the second one. So, Toy Story 4 is the 4th anticipation of summer 2019. And that's usually all. Number 3. Spider-Man Far From Home. Spider-Man Far From Home is the 3rd anticipation of the summer 2019, which, like, stories, all that, well, like, MCU always has good movies. Like, we get to see the new Mysterio that's played by Jake Gyllenhaal. We get to have Nick Fury gets to meet Spider-Man. Spider-Man and Peter and his friends go to, like, Europe, and then somehow his trip gets a little cut and goes to London, and Nick Fury wanted to help him out. Like, that'll be like an interesting story to help out for MCU of Spider-Man. I mean, every MCU's good, but some of them are decent, alright, and okay. But Spider-Man Far From Home is my 3rd anticipation of summer. Alright? So, these two are a little bit tricky for this one, alright? So, I was thinking I could have this on number 1, or I put it as number 2, but I decided to go it my way, so I'm going to put this as number 2. Number 2. John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. John Wick Chapter 3 is the third installment of the John Wick movies, like after John Wick Chapter 2, yet now it's John Wick Chapter 3. First, he fighted for his dog, yet now he fighted for a friend, I believe. Yet now 3, he's gonna fight for his life, with a lot of bam, 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 bam. Excuse me. And when I watched this trailer, I was like so pumped up for this movie. Like, I would be loving this movie so much for John Wick Chapter 3. Like, the first one's a great movie. The second one was even more greater than the first. And he will just be kicking butt everywhere. Like, and dressing up all fancy. That's going to be a hell of a good time for John Wick Chapter 3. Alright, number 1. Number 1. Well, this movie is going to get so much excitement, so much pumped, the cheering, the depressing, out of everything. The movie's going to be, people are going to be crying for, people are going to be cheering for, people are going to be loving this movie so much. The whole world is going to have number 1 of 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, my number 1 most anticipated movie of summer 2019 and of 2019 of the whole year, it is Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame is the number 1 most anticipated movie of summer 2019 and the whole year. So Avengers Endgame is part 2 after Avengers Infinity War of defeating Thanos, and Thanos had won. Spoiler alert, I am so sorry about that. But this is going to have how we're going to just have Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, every character fighting against Thanos, and Hawkeye is coming back. And all of these heroes, like some of these actors, and I think a few actresses, might be leaving the MCU franchise, including Robert Downey Jr., who's leaving. Captain America, Chris Evans might be still staying in a few Avengers movies. I believe I'm hearing about like some, I think someone told about it on Twitter or something, alright? And it's gonna be and we know a lot of few are leaving the MCU. It's going to be a depressing movie, a cheering movie. Everything's going to be so excited out of this movie. Avengers Endgame is the number 1 most anticipated movie of summer 2019. Like, people are going to be cheering for this movie. It could be one of the highest grossing films ever made. So, that is all. Those are my top 5 anticipated movies. Hobbs and Shaw, Toy Story 4, Spider-Man Far From Home, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, and Avengers Endgame. Alright, that is all I got, and I'll see you next time. Bye!